Losing Louie here. I'm just spending a little time on the phone waiting for Target.com to fix my problem with the gift cards I just bought. 10% off, pretty cool deal, but only if you can get the codes. What I have in front of you here is the latest release, the Elvis commemorative stamp, Young Elvis. And I thought some of you might enjoy getting this. I've got a few, and I've been giving them as gifts. People love getting these. It's about $8 for a sheet of the Elvis commemorative stamp. Alright, and then again, while I'm on hold here, I'll show you my latest Morgan. So I picked this up again with the combination of eBay bucks and gift cards and other rebates. This is an MS-64 Carson City. Alright, and I want to try to give you an idea of the cartwheel. Let me turn off this light. Okay, so let's see if we can see the cartwheel happening here. Nope, let's turn it back on. So one of the reasons that I buy slabbed Carsons is that so many of the raw Carsons, you know, they're 150 years old, so many of them on eBay have been cleaned or partially whizzed or dipped, and it is really hard to get an untouched Morgan at a reasonable price. And it is very tempting to buy the unslabbed Morgans, because they can be quite a bit cheaper, especially if you're looking for a really expensive coin. But the conclusion I've come to is that if I'm going to be sticking in this MS-64 category and I want to retain the value of my coin, I'm going to be exclusively looking for PCGS slabbed and maybe NGC. I have tried the other grading services and I found them to be faulty as well. So I no longer buy unslabbed Morgans for my collection. I do buy Morgans, good condition Morgans for the tubes of Morgans that I collect. If I can get them for 20 bucks, I'm happy to buy those all day long. But anyway, I am trying to put together this set of authentic, uncleaned Morgans. Okay, so here is one. This was in the mid to low 200s is what I paid for this. Carson City is a very, very desirable coin within the set, and many people just collect. Oops. I did get through to Target, and they did honor those gift cards. I had thought that it was the order confirmation was stuck in my spam catcher again, but it turned out that 10% eBay discount electronic gift card was so popular that it was literally bringing down their system. So I had placed an order for the 10% off coupons, and actually when I thought that didn't go through, I placed a second order. So I now have two orders, 10% off and then another 1.5 on my Chase credit card. I don't know if the Ebates will work or not on the Target gift cards. Of course, if you had already purchased the Target gift cards from cardcash.com or raise.com or others, then you could have got a discount on the purchase of the eBay gift cards from Target, but I didn't have any of those. So I've just been on a little shopping spree over at eBay again, trying to use the 15% or whatever it is I'm going to get off this time. It's going to be crazy. I think I might buy some pandas. Anyway, so back to the Morgans. I have had questions from time to time. The Morgan collection is my permastack. I do not flip Morgans. I do not flip gold either. So when I buy those things, I'm in them for the long haul. I'm sure there are people that do buy and sell Morgans, but that is not something that I do. If you were going to get started in a Morgan collection, you could do the MS-64 slabbed coins. Many of those you can purchase for $50 to $75 for the common dates. As you get into the rarer dates, of course, they get more expensive. As you get into the Carson Cities, you get into the 200s really quick, and then in the 500s and above, again at this MS64 range. In the old days, people used to say, or the old-timers used to say, collect the MS65s. Those have become so dear that literally there are very few of us that could even attempt to collect an MS65 collection. So, but there are the common dates you could get MS65s, but then when you get to some of the rarer dates in the Carsons, you'd be flipping back to the 64s or the 63s. So I think you have to ask yourself, if you're starting a Carson collection, well, number one, if you have the the staying power to get through all these coins. There are many of them and quite a bit of varieties as well, but you could spend your lifetime collecting a set of good quality Morgans. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to do a set of 64s, a set of 63s, a set of just passable coins? My experience with coins is the better the grade, the better the appreciation. The lower the grade, the more you're just doing it for your enjoyment, but not necessarily for resale. So realizing that MS65s would probably be the better investment category, but I can't afford that. I'm down to the 64s. When I get to the super expensive coins, I don't even attempt to go MS64. I get what I can and fill the hole. So the other way to go with the Carsons, which I would really consider if I didn't want to make too big an investment in numismatics. I do collect the numismatics in order to diversify my stack. My stack is diversified. I'm going to say this really quickly. Of all my money, a very small portion of it goes into precious metals. Okay, the majority of it's in the stock market and in real estate and other antiques and investments. Probably 5% or less is in precious metals of all kinds. Of precious metals of all kinds, gold is about 25% of the value. Of the remaining 75%, I've got bullion, semi-numismatics, and numismatics, in pretty good proportions to each other. So this, these numismatics represent a small part of my assets. But if I were looking for a return, and believe you me, the Morgans have just killed it with returns. It's a spectacular coin, and if you believe inflation is coming or devaluation is coming, there's no reason to believe they won't continue to perform well. This is big boy stuff. This is not playing around stuff. This is what big money invests in. Stuff like this and other valuable coins. That's a personal opinion. I haven't proved that. But if I were looking for returns and I wanted to do a short stack of Morgans, I might seriously consider the Carson Cities, since there are, maybe 10 or so Carson City years. And that would be a good place to start if you want to try to do the whole book. It's very daunting, but you can certainly do that. But just keep in mind, the grade that you collect in will dictate how much money you spend, and you will spend a fortune trying to complete a set of... I believe that, when you sell these things to the coin shops and whatnot, I think the first thing they do is break them up and sell the key dates. So nothing wrong with collecting key dates. I've got some duplicates of the 82, 83, 84 Carson City Morgans, and they're very easy to get, and they're still not that expensive. So, I'm working on a stack of slabbed Carson Cities in the more common dates, because I think those are definitely going to hold their value. So anyway, if you're just getting started, be very careful electronically on eBay and other websites. You cannot judge the quality of a coin on a website. If you trust your local coin shop, you can certainly buy raw coins that way. I have bought some that way, but I don't get down there all that often, and I will not pay sales tax. Okay, I'm just not going to do it. I'm not paying like 9% sales tax. And number one, when his prices are inflated, and number two, I can go to the internet for that extra 9% or 20% I wind up paying at the LCS, I go on eBay and get a slabbed coin that is for sure. So that's all the advice I have about Morgans for now, but if you want to get into this, really, it's very enjoyable. Okay, and whenever the e-bucks come out and the credit cards come out, I mean the gift cards come out, this is a good place to spend your money, and you can spend a lot of it really fast. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day. Losing Louie signing out.